Hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we are super happy to have you here, and we just ask that you bring an open mind and heart to your listening experience and to be prepared to explore vantage points that I'm convinced will help shift or solidify your current understanding of the ultimate nature of reality in a way that is extremely empowering. Speaking of exploring powerful perspectives, I'm super excited to announce the release of my very first book, The Golden Key: Modern Alchemy to Unlock Infinite Abundance. If you're ready to alchemize the circumstances in your life so that your abundance expands to an entirely new level in 2021, head over to goldenkey.gift to download the audio or ebook as my gift to you by using the code POSITIVEHEAD.
All right, all you positive heads, welcome. Welcome one and all. I am super excited that you have joined me today on another beautifully magical day. I hope you understand how magical you are. You are all magical creator beings. Maybe you just don't know it yet, but you are. That's how you were created, and that's how you exist. And maybe those powers are just hidden from you. They definitely are not out in the open for all to see, but our innate abilities, our innate powers are innate. They've been given to us just by birthright, just because we've entered into the nexus of this planet. They are innate, but they are hidden. They are not just out there in the open and easily, readily takeable and understandable and witnessable. They are hidden, and we need to discover them on our own. We need to do the work and have the desire and the focus and the will to want to discover more. And that's the beauty of this journey here on Earth. It's also the confusing part, because we do have all of these answers within us. We do have connection to the cosmos, to the universe, to the creator source, to our higher selves. But we don't really realize it. It's totally veiled from our perception. And veiled or hidden does not mean that it is not accessible. It is accessible. It just takes a little extra digging. And that's the fun part, because every single one of us here is intuitive. We often look out at those in the community and see psychics or mediums or those who can see into other dimensions and think that they have a special gift. Now, we all have special gifts. It's just that those people have learned how to tap into them. Every single one of us can do this. Every single one of us has the access to our own records in our own mind, to the records in the collective consciousness. Because we are all one, we all have access. It's just about learning to gain that access. Because, as I said, this ability is innate within all of us. I'm going to give you a few examples of how this intuition is innate within you. Before I do, I have a quick announcement before I forget and go off onto tangents and don't tell you about it at all. But I am so excited. I have put together another workshop. This workshop is coming up this coming Saturday, January the 15th. It is just a 2-hour workshop. And I wanted to put this workshop together to put all of these key elements together in one short workshop to be able to give you tools, techniques, and to have the experience of what it is like to listen to your intuition, to be able to go quiet into a meditative state, go into a journey, another life experience journey, and experience what it is like to get messages, to get visuals, hear things, sense things, feel things from that perspective, and what you can learn about yourself when you do that. I'm also going to be teaching about just basic tools and tips for meditation, and also all about our mind, body, spirit connection and how our energy system works. All in this 2-hour workshop. I'm so excited. We're going to do a group meditation and also a quote unquote past life regression journey, which I say quote unquote because we don't always go into a past life. Many people go into a present life, a future life, a multidimensional experience, a parallel life. So it literally could be anything. So that's why I put it into quotations. And wherever you go in journey, wherever we go in journey, is all individualized and totally led by your inner guidance. And so this is such a fun workshop. I'm so excited to offer it and give you these tools that are so essential for spiritual empowerment. And that's what I'm calling it, a spiritual empowerment workshop, a workshop to help you understand what it is to listen to your own inner guidance so that you can be your own best guide, because you are. Just like we talked about on Tuesday, you are your own best medicine. You are your own best guide. You are your own best healer. All of these innate powers exist within you, and it's just a matter of digging in there and understanding, uncovering them, and being able to access and utilize them. Every single one of us has this ability. And I really love helping to teach people how to bring it out within themselves. And so if you would like to join me for this amazing workshop, go to my website, drerica, DRERICA.love/spiritual empowerment. I'm really looking forward to seeing all of your faces there. All right, so back to little ways that we can see our own intuition, little examples of how we are intuitive. So if you look back on your life, and a lot of this is stronger when we're children because, we come in knowing our spiritual side a little bit more when we're kids. It's stronger. And then whether it's our parents or society, they kind of tell us that that's not true and it doesn't exist, or it's evil and wrong to go there. And so we push it down or we ignore it. And so many of us are in this position. But if you look back to when you were a kid or any time throughout your life, and that little voice inside your head that said, this doesn't feel right, or that feeling that you got in your gut that just felt, I don't think I should do this. And we learn, I think, most when we don't listen to it. So you were told this doesn't feel right, but you did it anyway. And then in hindsight, you wished you would have just listened to that little inner voice that said, this isn't right for you. That is one of the small examples of how we're all intuitive. Another one is dreaming. All of us dream. Maybe not all of us remember our dreams, but our inner guidance, our higher self, our oversoul is always communicating to us through our dreams. When we are sleeping in that dream state, we have built a bridge between our conscious and subconscious to where we have more of a clear communication, although our conscious mind is sleeping. But our subconscious mind gets to pick up a few things, learn a little thing from our higher self, from our maybe guardians or angels, source itself. This is the space where we are connected. And so each and every night, our subconscious is actually learning. And if we can bring forth the memories of these dreams, we can actually learn what our higher self is trying to tell us, what our inner guidance is trying to tell us. And here's the thing with it, though. They never can tell us directly. Because of the laws of free will and non-interference, they cannot just come in and say, hey, Karen, you are really screwing up here and this is what you got to do that's different. They don't do it. They otherwise will give you tiny little hints. They'll throw signs and synchronicities. They'll give you a dream, a feeling, an inkling, but you have to figure it out on your own. And the thing is that's really cool is that you can start to define what your own symbols are for yourself. You can work with your guides, guardian angels, higher self to define the symbols that they are using with you. And so if you think that a sign or a symbol that you are getting means something, then talk to them. Ask them. That's one of the biggest things. We have to work with them and ask them because of this law of non-interference. And if you say to them, hey, when you send me this feather, I feel like I need to lighten up. So if that's what you mean, then keep sending me the feather. If you mean lighten up, I'm taking the feather as lighten up. And so then you have defined your symbol. They're happy to work with you. They don't care how you take it. They just want you, or not how, they care that you get it. They don't care the manner in which you get it. The point is that you get it. It just doesn't matter how you get there. So you are allowed to define your own meanings for things. And this is why there is no dream journal in existence that actually works, because this is an individual journey. Yes, there are general archetypes and complex concepts that exist here in our blueprint, but these are our own individual perceptions. And the way that we are living and perceiving is like nobody else's. And so our signs and symbols are going to be our own individual signs and symbols, and we're going to take them the way that we take them. And our guides, our higher self, our inner guidance is so happy to work with us, because the whole point is they're happy just to see you working. They're happy just that you asked. Just the fact that you are using your desire, using your will to focus in this direction of learning about yourself, of trying to evolve and lift yourself to a higher vibration where you can really see that you were created in love and that there is love in every single moment. Because the more you listen to your intuition, the more you learn this, the more you understand this, the more you have access to your mind, to the depth of your mind, and everything that you need to know, the more you see the truth, and that truth is love. I have, for the last 8 years, been putting people into hypnotic regression states, which I like to better refer to as deep states of relaxation, where it's just like a meditative state where you're just accessing what is already within you. And everybody can do it. It's so easy. It's so easy because it exists within you. And here's the trick to it. You can ask. Well, number one, always ask. It's easier when you have yourself in a place where you've quieted your mind quite a bit, or even maybe in that state right before you're about to fall asleep, or right before you are waking up in the morning, to ask certain questions. Just asking for help. I oftentimes ask for help in understanding. I almost every day ask for help in seeing the love in every moment, because it's not so easy sometimes. And so I ask my guides and guardians and higher self to help me to do that, to help me to refocus my perspective in those moments when things get a little challenging. And the more we ask, the more they're there to help us. And it's such a beautiful thing. So the real trick one, ask. Trick two, which is really important, is when you get a response, when you hear an answer, to trust it, to trust the very first thing that comes to mind. It really is that simple, but this is where our conscious mind comes in and runs amok and starts confusing us and telling us that that wasn't true, or denying it, or breaking it down and really examining it in multiple different ways. The very first thing that comes to mind is always the answer. You have to learn how to trust that very first thing that comes to mind. Just like learning to trust that gut feeling that comes that says, this doesn't feel right. When you can learn to trust that, you keep yourself out of a lot of sticky situations. I'm remembering a story from when I was a little bit younger. I was working in the restaurant industry, and I was in between. I was living in Arizona. I had just finished medical school. I was in between taking my board exams so that I could get my license. And I had moved back to Pennsylvania at the time and was working in this restaurant. And one of the guys that worked there had left and went to work at a restaurant where it was more of a gourmet type situation, more fine dining. And he was making a whole lot more money than we were making at this restaurant. And they wanted good servers to come over. So he called me up and said, hey, I got this opportunity. Come on over, talk to us about it, and see if you want to, jump on board. So cool. I do that. I go over and I listen and I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. This sounds great. After I did that, I think I had picked up the outfit I needed to wear there. And something within me as I was driving down the road, I can still see myself in the exact position on the road in my car, my mom's car that I was driving at the time. And I thought, you know what? This doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right at all. Something is not right. That's always the way I feel things. I don't know what's not right. Something, just something. And that something was enough for me this time to call them up and say, you know what? I changed my mind. I think I'm just going to stay where I'm at. A couple weeks later, something went down and everyone lost their jobs. He lost his job, and everyone who he brought in lost their job as well. I would have been jobless, and it would have been harder for me to find another job. So thank God I listened to my intuition on that one. And like I said, I want to remind you that feeling of something's not right, I don't know what it is, but something's not right, and it feels really strong that this thing is not right, good enough. You don't need the details. The bottom line is, it doesn't feel right. Trust that feeling. The details will come later, right? Hindsight is a beautiful thing. We will find out later. Patience. Patience is a virtue. I'm really not meaning to do all these little coiny terms right now, but it's just coming out. Patience is so important in this process because it will help you learn to trust and to listen to your own self. And when you can do that, that ignites incredible power within you. I think that's enough for me today, everybody. Again, if you want to sign up for my workshop, I'd be so excited to see you there. drerica.loves / It's not a splash, it's a slash. And I can't help but to say backsplash. I don't know why. / spiritual empowerment. I love you all so much. I'm going to leave you with this song by Symbolico, The Answer. Until next time, I love you all.
Also, before we cue up today's song, as a quick reminder, don't forget to download the Golden Key audio or ebook as my free gift to you at goldenkey.gift using the Golden Key code POSITIVEHEAD. And please, if you enjoy my gift, leave a positive review on Amazon so others can unlock their lives with the help of the Golden Key as well.
You are the answer.
everything around us is not solid. It's not real.
You are the answer. You are the answer.
So everything around us is not solid. It's not real. Everything is a possibility. Everything is a wave. We are surrounded by a sea of infinite possibility. Everything is possible. Everything you can think of is possible.
You